Oh, hello there. I took a bunch of film cameras behind the scenes into the haunted houses at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios in Florida. What an insanely cool sentence to say out loud.
Oh, no. I'm excited. It'll be a good day.
Halloween Horror Nights, man. This is like one of my fizzy brain hyper focus obsessions. I've been traveling over to the event in Orlando pretty much annually, yikes, double income no kids baby, for years. So you can imagine my absolute delight when it was revealed to me that I could go on a behind the scenes tour through the haunted houses and take a load of photos on old film cameras before the event starts for the night. Ooh boy. So I hopped aboard a little 9-hour flight, ate whatever this thing was, double-fisted cups of tea for the entirety of the flight, because I'm from the UK, innit? And before I knew it, I was in Florida. So let's talk camera gear for the behind the scenes tour. I've got the Canon A1, I've got the Canon SureShot A1, bit confusing, I know. And I also have the Fuji X100S as my digital safety net camera. If you saw my last video, you will know what I mean. So I headed to the tour check-in building thing at Universal, got a cool lanyard, this nice little button badge, and one of these gnarly Secret Service style earpieces, and we were on our way. So upon leaving the VIP check-in building thing, there will be no more video. I was told that videoing inside the haunted houses is a big nah, and so everything we're going to see from here on in is going to be photo. So the first place the tour guide took us to was the Jason Universe house. So this haunted house was based on the Friday the 13th movies. So I was very, very pumped for this. I've got a Jason Voorhees tattoo, which probably tells you everything you need to know about whether I like this property or not. So this is one of the first rooms you walk into, and it's a little nod to the first movie and how she's the original killer. Spoiler alert, by the way. I mean, the movie came out in the 80s, so if you still haven't seen it, then it might be the late 70s actually. I don't know. So this basically shows you sort of the inner workings of how these things work. So you've got a door, so this has been known as a boo hole or a boo door, and the scare actor will jump out of the door, and as they do, they'll hit one of these triggers. Next up, I have a photo with the Camp Crystal Lake sign. This makes me so happy. As someone who grew up loving horror movies, this is a cool photo to have. So I want to extend my thanks to Universal for allowing this photo to exist. Thank you. Snap some other photos of the Camp Crystal Lake sign because it's just so good. There's an outdoor section of the haunted house, and they have the yellow beetle from one of the movies, which is really cool. And then that does it for the Jason Universe house. There's a lot of stuff that I wasn't allowed to take photos of. They don't want to give away all the sort of tricks of the trade. We did the Jason Universe house first, and that was the house where I could take the least photos. There was the most sort of cameras down in this room, please, mate, in this house. So for every house from here on in, there are more photos. Okay, next up we headed to the Golkin house. This haunted house was pretty cool. It was all Norse mythology, I think it is. All wintry, spooky shit. The general gist of it is someone is murdered and then they come back all cursed, and then they possess people and become this gigantic monster, which is what you walk into at the end, and I will show you that in a moment. But first things first, when you walk in, you have these cool dangly sticks. These are fun. He's clearly not having a great day, but you can see how tight these corridors are. So I'm shooting on a 32mm lens here, and it looks like I am basically in the scene. These corridors are so cramped on purpose to basically just scare you even more. But yeah, there's a little gap at the side, scare actor jumps out, so sick. Here is a particularly graphic moment in the house. There's an actor running around screaming as well when this is in show mode. More people just being wrecked. Unfortunate. And then you get to quite literally the belly of the beast. So the house sort of climaxes with you entering the literal belly of the beast. You get eaten, I think, is the whole thing, by the big Golkin monster. To give you an idea of how big this puppet is, that's the doorway that you walk through, and then you go through all the little windy corridors, and there's loads of actors waiting in there to basically make your soul leave your body, just jumping out at you from all angles in the dark. So good. This is just, yeah. Horror Nights in a nutshell. Beautiful stuff. This photo is really sick. If you zoom in, you can see how the operator of the puppet sort of uses handles to turn the head. This is the behind the scenes stuff that, as a fan, I just love seeing this. Never mind photographing it, I just love seeing it. Okay, we then headed to the Fallout house, based on popular video game and TV franchise Fallout, as the name would suggest. The way the corridors are laid out, there's a lot of detail, and so you've got a lot of victims and stuff just sort of strewn around, which means you've got all these options for different compositions and stuff. I really like the composition of this photo in particular, like how the shadows covering the face and stuff, and then when you go through this in the dark, it's even creepier to look at because obviously the light is so well placed. You only see what they want you to see, and the way things are lit is just, it's an art form. Throughout the video, I'm just going to sneak in a couple of these Fuji digital photos just to show you a bit more from the haunted houses. I know, it's a crime, isn't it? So then I was taken to a buffet where I was just sort of let loose and was like, yeah, go and have whatever you want. And nothing outs me as someone who grew up poor quite as quickly as an all-you-can-eat buffet. I had a great time at this. I had a great time. I ate so much. I basically just ate dessert like 10 times. So directly after lunch, as a sick, twisted joke, the tour guide decided that we'd do Terrifier immediately after we'd eaten. If you know, you know. If you've been in this haunted house, then yeah, the smells are, ooh boy, they are there. So with a full tum-tum of food and a roll of Delta 3200 loaded up, we headed off to the Terrifier house. I wanted to shoot Delta 3200 in this house specifically because I think it adds to that gritty, dirty feeling of the Terrifier movies. If you've ever seen them, you'll know what I mean. So we got some photos of the facade here. On our first run through of this house, there was actually an art actor just roaming around in the queue. We happened to just time it so that he was just there having a nice time, and yeah, he was gently roasting everyone on the way in, which was fun. Obviously, there are a lot of things in this house that I couldn't take photos of. I feel like this is for pretty obvious reasons, but there were so many really cool little details that you'd never see going through the house normally. So I got to take loads of photos of like little details and stuff that I'd been through this house a bunch of times already whilst it was like in show mode, and yeah, I hadn't spotted half of the stuff that I did when the lights were on. So this was really cool. We got to go through the clown cafe section and take photos, which was dope. This is one of the best parts of the house. It's so much fun. Like the art characters are just like dancing with everyone and just sending it, absolutely sending it. It's so good. And then it was on to the next house, which was the WWE Wyatt 6 house. This was like the surprise hit of the year for so many people. And like, I'm almost jealous of the people who didn't know anything about wrestling going into this, because they had no idea how good Bray Wyatt was and all the world that he built as this character, the Fiend, and all these different characters. Like, they had no idea what they were walking into, and it delivered so hard. Great house. Got to take photos of loads of really cool stuff in here. One of the things I really have a lot of respect for with this house is that they did not pull any punches. They were like, no, we're going to send it. I thought with it being WWE, they might have had to pull their punches a little bit and make it a little bit more kid-friendly, but my God, no, they did not. They went hard, and I was so happy to see that. Fun little side note, I was actually in this haunted house at the same time as Alexa Bliss and didn't realise. I walked past her and did not realise, which is tragic, really. And finally, we went to go through the El Artista house. This is one of those haunted houses that's like, it is a total experience to walk through. Like, it's insane that they've built this as a temporary attraction. Like, this is on such a high level in terms of like set design and just how everything looks, the lighting. It's just bonkers that this is a temporary attraction. Got to take a load of really cool photos in here though. The facade looks amazing. Like, this is a full building. You are walking into an actual manor. This is crazy. If you've been through the house, you'll recognize this. This is the little perch that the gargoyle swings from when he like literally jumps over your head, which is so cool to see. Loads of really gnarly little details. And this is the last photo that I took in this haunted house, and it's a really, really cool one because I am stood where a scare actor would be, essentially. So this is the point of view of an actual scare actor working the actual event. Like, this is what they would see. So like, again, as like a massive fan of this event, it's stuff like this that is just super cool to be able to experience. So I finished up the tour just before the event started, and so naturally despite having been walking around these sound stages for like 6 hours, I went straight into the event and carried on taking photos. And if you want to see how I got on with shooting film at the event in general, then you're going to want to stick around for the next video. There's going to be a big long video of me just shooting film at Halloween Horror Nights, actually whilst the event is operational, like while it's in show mode. That video, including quite possibly the most ambitious photography idea I've ever had, and that is shooting medium format film on a big massive boxy manual camera with no light meter in the dead of night at a super busy event. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? But I said going into it, if I got one banger, I would be happy. And yeah, a couple of photos came out, so I was really stoked on that. But again, we'll get into this properly in the next video. But thank you for checking out the video. I appreciate you being here. It's great to see you. I hope you're good. Hope the family is good. Hope your dog is good. And again, as always, a little scratch behind the ears from me. If you happen to be a scare actor or anyone from Universal watching this, thank you for yet another great season. This event is just, oh man, I love it so much. I can't wait to be back there banging through film photos again this time next year. So hopefully I will catch you in the next video. Peace.